Hello and hello everybody, my name is Lucy and welcome to Books and Brushes. This is the most you're ever going to see me festive, so I hope you like it. Hello, before we start, I'm sorry about the terrible lighting that gets worse and worse with every video. I will show a picture here, but my lights, I have like dangly ones, like 5 of them, and they're slowly dying one by one. So now I'm working on daylight, and as it's December in Britain, that means rain light. So, the lighting's terrible. I don't have any money to get fancy ring lights. You're just gonna have to deal with my dim face. Sorry about that. But today, I am doing the festive Christmas tag. Now, this one in particular was done by GirlReading. That is the original, which will obviously be in the description down below, and this tag is a fair few years old, but still I haven't done this one before in years past, so this is the one I'm doing this year. Let's not waste another second and get on with the questions. Number 1, a fictional family you would like to spend Christmas with. Upon reading this question, I realised how little of my books have really great family units. I have a lot of books that have great found families, but very few that have a great organic family. There are good parents, there are good siblings, but very few good families as a whole, which is interesting, but then again, I do read a lot of fantasy and dystopian, so that makes sense. I'm not super into contemporary, and when I do read a contemporary, it's very mental health-esque, so the relationships can always be a bit strained in those situations. So I thought about this very hard, and the immediate one that came to mind was the Weasley family, but I didn't want to go with that because it was kind of obvious, and also She Who Must Not Be Named, so it seemed a bit boring. But they are that great family unit that are so Christmassy in my mind, and I want an energetic, crazy family for this question. So the other one I picked was Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. Now, I guess technically they're not really a family, but they are like an orphanage slash foster home type setup, which we shouldn't argue is still a type of family. So I know it's kind of cheating a little bit, but it would be rude not to call a foster family a family, right? I'm saying it counts. I think the Miss Peregrine's lot would be great to spend Christmas with. They're also kooky and crazy. I think it would be an energetic, fun time. I think there'd be so much fun and strange oddities and antics, and that's what a Christmas crazy family is all about, so I thought they would go great for this question. Question 2, a bookish item you would like to receive as a gift. Now this one I didn't even have to think about. I would like one of those book pouch things. I think they're called book bows. I don't know if that's a brand or if that is the name of the item itself, but I've always wanted one of these for when I take books out, and so they stay in my bag cushioned and they don't get damaged. I like to keep my books pristine. I'd love one of those. I haven't really got one, and this year definitely not, because I haven't been anywhere, so there's no need to have a travelling book protector. I'm sure at some point in the future that would come in handy again. It's an item I've always really wanted, but I've never really got my hands on, so maybe one day I will get one of those or ask for one of those in a future Christmas, because I do think they would be really useful and fun to have. They can always have such fun patterns and fabrics. I think that would be a really great item, and it's the only bookish item I really actually want, because for me, I like buying books, not bookish items. Personally, I don't want a million mugs, to be honest. I want a book. Although I did give my boyfriend the one ring for Christmas, like our first Christmas together. That was how I bagged him. He still loves it. It's like proper profesh looking. He still loves and treasures that ring to this day. It was the best present ever. Number 3, a book character you think would make a great Christmas elf. Now this one I thought long and hard about, and I came to the conclusion of Yumiko from the Shadow of the Fox series. I love this series. I read it this year. It is up there. I love this series so much. The reason I think Yumiko would make a great Christmas elf is she's just got this bubbly, happy, cinnamon roll, sweet personality, and I could just imagine dressed up in an elf-like get-up and just bringing joy and cheer and just being wholesomely innocent. She could rock a bell. I could see her in a little fox form, scampering around with some bells. Like, can you not see? I could see it. Although I don't think Yumiko and that culture would celebrate Christmas, I think her character would fit this question so well. Number 4, match a book to its perfect Christmas song. Now, Christmas music is the devil. I hate it. I really don't like Christmas music. I can't hear the same 5 songs every year until I die. They're not even that good. No thank you, no. Although, in saying that, this year 21 Pilots released a Christmas song, so there's now one good one in the universe. It is the only Christmas song I like. I've listened to it non-stop since it dropped. It's actually really fucking good. I am obsessed. I mean, I'm obsessed with 21 Pilots just in general, but they came out with a good Christmas song, so now I have a Christmas song that I actually like, and it is the only Christmas song, except maybe Undead Christmas by Hollywood Undead, but no one seems to count that, or anything before Nightmare Before Christmas. But anyway, we're off track. 21 Pilots dropped Christmas Saves the Year because TOP saves the year. This one I matched to This Winter by Alice Oseman. I talked about this book in my winter wants list, which you can watch if you haven't seen it, so I won't talk about it anymore. And I know technically I haven't read this book book yet, but it's the only really Christmassy book I have, and this is a Christmas song, and I think the dark theme of the song and the dark theme of the book would work really well together in enjoying Christmas despite all the shit that's come before it and that's happened, and just enjoying a quiet, sweet Christmas. So both the book and the song have that very similar message, and I think they go very well together, even if I haven't quite read the book yet. Number 5, Bah Humbug. A book or fictional character you've been disappointed in and want to put on your naughty list. I thought about picking a character, but then I thought, no, I have to go with the book that I was disappointed in. Nay, the book I hated this year, and that was The 8 Pieces of Silver by Who Gives a Fuck. Sorry. If you watch my rant video, which I will link at the end of this video because was that not a great time? My rant video, The 8 Pieces of Garbage, for this book. You know I don't rant about books very often. I'm so fucking easy to please, man. I don't want to be harsh to authors because they love what they do and I don't think they should get endless criticism. I mean, it's fine if you want to criticize a book, but me personally, I don't always like doing it. But this book was so terrible, I had to rant about it for days and days on end. I could not stop going on about how much I hated that book. It wasn't problematic, but if you want to know why I hated that book so much, go back and watch that video. It's a fun time. Watch positive, cheery little me rant about something I hated. It was fun. So that book can go jump off a cliff. Along with my neighbours who played the same Christmas song 6 times yesterday on repeat. Really loudly. I am plotting murder. Question 6. A book or fictional character that you think deserves more love and appreciation and deserves to be put on the nice list. A lot of books that I think are underhyped that I always talk about when I bring up the underhyped books, but I thought which one did I want to highlight for this question in this video in particular, and I chose Echoes by Laura Tisdale. I've recommended this in a bunch of underrated book type questions because it is such a great book and I still don't know anyone who's read this on BookTube. Why? Someone please come through. It's such a good book. I love it so much. It's about a girl who is a secret hacker from her bedroom, and when hackers start going missing, she is the one that's going to have to solve the mystery, otherwise she could be next. And she's kind of hiding from the law but also from the evil people who are out for her, and there's a whole underground hacking unit, and there's mystery to follow, and there's talks about trust and mental health and all sorts of stuff. It's really good. That explanation definitely didn't give it justice, but it's such a good book and I really want to talk to someone on BookTube about it because it's really fun. It's a fun story. This is the one I'm highlighting today, for the one that needs more love and appreciation and should be put on the nice list. Question 7. A book cover that has a wonderfully Christmas feel to it. For this one, I kind of didn't know what to go for, so I thought about doing the Christmassy covers I've mentioned from my last video, the Winter Wants list, things like One More for Christmas. That's very Christmassy, but it's not red, green and gold, which was the title of this question. It was red, green and gold. There was also Secret Santa, the horror book I talked about from that last video, which is definitely red, green and gold, but it also has a very spooky vibe. Is that Christmassy enough? You tell me. I ended up deciding on the Nevermore trilogy and the last 2 books in the trilogy in particular. So we've got Wondersmith, which I literally just read, I have it here, but Hollowpox is in the other room. We have Wondersmith, which is beautifully red and silver and magical, and then we have Hollowpox, which is the green, and these 2 covers together look super great. The first book in the series, Nevermore, is blue with the silver, so I guess you've got the winter night sky vibes there, but the second and third one in particular together, the red and the green, it's a little bit of a cheat because I'm using 2 books to achieve the red and green look, but I mean they are in the same series and they do look super Christmassy because of all the magic-y stars and stuff. I love this series. Christmas does crop up in these books a fair bit and it's very heartwarming and beautiful and magical and whimsical, so the inside of the stories isn't specifically Christmas but it does fit that whole atmospheric whimsical vibe. These 2 are the ones I picked. Also, I'm going to be talking about these soon because I'm doing a reread, and Hollowpox, which I'm going to read for the first time, so watch out for that. And question number 8. A book or series you love so much you want everyone to find it under the Christmas tree this year. Unwind, obviously. Every time the question comes up about your favourite book, you're going to say your favourite book, right? That's not a surprise. So Unwind, possibly a Delirium, a Mind Jack, maybe all the things we never said if I want to be saucy. These are my favourite books. You know these are my favourite books unless you're new here. Hi, welcome, thanks for joining. These are my favourite books. I want to talk with literally everyone about them because they are great. I've heard nothing else of it. And that is the last question. Merry Christmas. This video is going to come out in the week of Christmas. Christmas is coming. To all of my fellow UK Christmas dwellers, yeah, fuck you Bojo. In case you don't know what I'm talking about, UK is going into a lockdown over Christmas, even though they stated there would be this 5-day Christmas window where we could see one other family member or we could have some interaction with family members at Christmas, and now they turned around and said no, we're locking the whole country down, you're doing nothing, and everyone is up in uproar. Everyone's saying they're not going to follow it, fuck you, this is not happening, screw you, we've already made plans, you can't rip it from under us now. So the UK is kind of up in arms right now and it's all just a mess. UK government is handling this whole thing so well. Since the start they've handled it so smoothly. But anyway, anyway, wherever you are, whoever you're with, whatever you're doing, hope you have a Merry Christmas. Just have a nice dinner, chat with a few family members on the phone, read some great books, have the Christmas vibe, have your alcohol and your food. Try and have a chill, relaxed Christmas. It's not going to be grand this year. It's just not. It's fine. You'll be fine, okay? We'll all be fine. Let's just all calm down. Try and have a nice, merry little Christmas. But also, fuck you, Boris. I'm also very mad. Merry Christmas to you all, UK and elsewhere. Obviously this is not just UK, but that needed to be mentioned. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, have a Merry Christmas, and I will see you all for my next video, which will be my goals for 2021 video. I will see you in that, and I've got a lot of interesting things to talk about, so I will see you then. Bye!